There are some rivalries that have a clear beginning, a single moment where everything fractures. My beef with Tom wasn't like that. It was a slow, creeping rot that had been poisoning our friendship for so long. I could barely remember a time before it. Looking back, I think it all stemmed from a simple, unchangeable fact. Tom just didn't like me as a person. And he made it his mission to ensure everyone else in our friend group felt the same way. One backhanded comment and behind the back remark at a time. A while ago, the rot finally broke through the surface. We were all hanging out, a loose constellation of friends on a set of park benches. Tom started with his usual repertoire of snide remarks, but this time he had an audience and was feeling bold. The jabs escalated into a full-blown roast, with me as the only one on the spit. When his jokes were met with a thick, awkward silence from our friends, he scoffed. "It's a joke, man," he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "God, you're such a weirdo. Can't you take a light-hearted joke?" The conversation moved on, but he wasn't done. A few minutes later, he leaned in conspiratorially to the person next to him, but his voice carried. Honestly, nobody here even likes him. It was his favorite tactic, chipping away at my relationships, planting seeds of doubt. I just gritted my teeth and stared at a crack in the pavement, refusing to give him the satisfaction of a reaction. I knew he was mostly lying. Mostly, but he had to push it. He always had to take it one step too far. "You know," I said, my voice low and tight, "you don't look cooler by trying to bring everyone else down." A nerve was struck. His face, which had been a mask of smug amusement, twisted into something ugly. In a flash, he was on his feet and beelined for my lunch bag sitting on the bench. He ripped it open, pulled out the sandwiches my mom had made for me that morning, took a theatrical bite out of one, and then began throwing them onto the grimy ground, one by one. "What are you going to do about it?" he taunted, his mouth full of my food. "You can't do anything." And in that moment, seeing the bread and cheese trampled into the dirt, I knew he was right. We were in public. I wasn't going to get into a fist fight. Even if I cut him off, he was cemented in our friend group. I'd still have to see his face, still have to endure his shit. Something inside me didn't just snap. It went cold and still. The hot anger and embarrassment evaporated, replaced by a profound, chilling emptiness. All the past humiliations came flooding back. The snide remarks, the jokes, the time he brought up an embarrassing childhood story in front of the girl I had a crush on. And as I looked at him, I felt nothing for him. No empathy. I just wanted him to hurt in the exact same way I did. That evening, I sat in my room and began to brainstorm. I needed to ruin him, not with my fists, but with his own weaknesses. I remembered he had a girlfriend, and I knew Tom's ego was his Achilles heel. I created a fake Instagram account. The profile picture was of a conventionally attractive girl, just edgy enough to be his type. The bio was vague and artistic. It was perfect. I sent him a follow request. As expected, he followed back within minutes. For a few days, that's all it was, a silent digital time bomb. Then, phase 2 began. For the next 2 weeks, I became his best friend. I laughed at his jokes, the same ones that had made my skin crawl days before. I clapped him on the back and told him what happened was all good, man, no worries. I played the part of the bigger person, the cool guy who didn't hold a grudge. And slowly, unnervingly, it worked. We were on good terms. This is the part where maybe I became the asshole. I had the out. I could have let it go. But every time I looked at him, I saw my sandwiches on the ground. So I stuck to the plan. One afternoon, I casually brought up a cute chick I'd been talking to online. Tom, predictable as ever, took the bait. "Dude, you won't believe it," he said, pulling out his phone. "This super cute girl sent me a follow request a while ago." He showed me the profile. It was my creation. I feigned shock. "Whoa, she's hot," I said. "You should totally message her." "I don't know, man," he hesitated, a flicker of guilt in his eyes. "My girlfriend wouldn't be happy about it." "Don't overthink it," I pushed, giving him a friendly shove. "It's just a message. How is she ever going to find out?" He'd met the fake account a simple hello. We started talking. I played my part, feeding his ego, telling him he was funny and different. A few days into the conversation, he asked if I was single. "Yeah, I am," I replied from the fake account. "What about you?" His reply came back instantly. Single two. That was it. The trap was sprung. We started flirting. He told me things he clearly didn't tell his girlfriend. He was attentive, charming, and a complete liar. I took screenshots of everything. The lie about being single, the flirty exchanges, the late night compliments. I compiled it all into a neat, damning little portfolio. Then, with a feeling of cold, quiet satisfaction, I sent it all to his girlfriend. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. She hates him. Her friends, who are also in our wider social circle, hate him. The story spread like wildfire. He's no longer the funny, edgy guy. He's the asshole, the cheater, a total piece of shit. And everyone knows it.